Welcome back to Lisa's Family Table. Happy New Year, everyone. With the new year, if you're like us, you probably have your own resolution. You want to eat healthier, lower the amounts of carbs that you're eating, and also it's colder outside. So one of the newest things that I added to my kitchen, and I'm actually shocked that I did, is the Ninja Foodie Kitchen, because I'm a griller at heart, and I live in an area of the country where we can really grill year round almost, unless it's raining. But when I heard that GrillGrates made a grate that goes into the Ninja Foodie Grill XL, I could not wait to try it. And what we're gonna make today is we're gonna make some grilled fajitas. We're gonna use our Lisa steak rub. We got a couple of ribeyes here. I've cut up some bell peppers. I've cut up some onions, and I've made some guacamole and some pico. But hey, you don't have to make the guacamole or pico. We actually have some great purveyors here that sell it at our farmer's market, and I like to buy it. But it is also really easy to make, and we're gonna post the recipe so that you can make it as well. Usually when I chop up my onions and my cilantro and my serrano chilies, I chop up a bunch of it, and I put a little bit into my guacamole, into my pico, and it's like chop once and I cover both dishes. I'm not putting any cheese on this because, again, I am trying to eat a little healthier. Avocado is a healthy fat. I'm using these small batch tortillas that I got hooked on a while ago. They're called Caramello. You can order them online. I just happen to have some of these in the freezer from the last time I ordered. And these are avocado oil, so in keeping with my sort of healthier fat theme. And so we're gonna grill those in a little bit too. The other thing I wanna say about the product is that when I was telling my friend about it, she lives in an apartment, she can't have a grill. She said, does it smoke? I said, no, but it does give you instructions on what not to do to have it smoke. So if you buy this equipment, do read the instructions. All I did was put a little Pam on it. The GrillGrates are super easy to clean up. You just put them in soapy water. So I'm gonna go ahead and season these. They're a little thinner. These are about 1 inch, so I'm not gonna be as liberal as maybe you've seen me do in some of my other videos. And honestly, I don't want to be, because I'm adding a lot of other flavor profiles here. I want this to bring out the natural flavor of the meat, and I want to be able to enjoy it, but I also am going to put guacamole on this, and I want to be able to enjoy that flavor as well. Okay, so it's ready. It's beeped. I'm going to open it up. I've got my thermometer ready. I'm going to take it from the max mode. The reason I started on max is I wanted those grates to really be hot. Okay, so then I'm taking this and I'm putting this in the center of this. And these are pretty tender. I'm gonna put it on at 10 and 2 like I would do if I'm grilling outside. You can hear that beautiful sizzling sound. It's beautiful. Right there. And I'm gonna put my plate here. So I'm gonna take it down to 130, but I'm gonna pull it off when it's at 128. And so, as I mentioned, I've got the guacamole here. I've got the pico. And while the steak is resting, we're gonna grill these vegetables. I just took a red onion and I cut it into big wedges. Okay, so it's been on for a couple of minutes, about 1.5 minutes, and it's registering at 91 degrees. And so I'm gonna do a flip on it just because, as I mentioned, I really wanna get those cross hatches that I like. It is a little bit, tricky because you're coming in from the side like this, but you just go in and you're looking for a 10 and 2. It is hot. I'm doing that the same here, 10 and 2. Okay. And what I want to do is I want to take a little olive oil and I want to put it on my vegetables. Not a lot, just a little bit. Again, olive oil is another, option for a healthy fat. And I'm going to put a little of LSR on here so that when I'm ready to grill these, and I'm going to grill these when the steak is resting. So I'm just kind of stirring them around. These kind of vegetables, the onions, they're red onions, they have a lot of natural sweetness in them, so you don't really need to do a lot with these. They're going to be delicious just the way they are. So I just put a very small amount, and I'm going to let that go. And we're going to flip this in about 30 seconds. It'll tell us, and we'll see how it works out. So we're reading about 115, 116 degrees, and I'm going to go ahead and give it a shot at flipping it. It really smells delicious. I really wish you were here. So we want to flip it. We're looking for, again, it's really hot. Okay. So now you're not going to get, the grill marks aren't going to be as dark as if you're doing this outside, but they actually are beautiful cross hatches. Okay. I'm going to close it back up. And again, the presentation side is the one I'm mainly concerned with. I've also got a little bit of butter here that I've melted. And when I put it in my pan to rest it, I'm gonna put some butter on it. And I'm gonna rest it for about 7 or 8 minutes. And during that time, the vegetables will get grilled and we'll get the tortillas ready. Okay, so we're pulling this steak off. Here we go. And I love these for the grill grates because they fit into the actual grates themselves. So that's nice. That's convenient. And so like I said, I've got some of this butter that I've melted and I'm going to pour a little bit on here. If I was on the grill, I would be brushing it with butter, but I don't want to do that because I don't want to create a smoky environment. I want to flip the grates over. They are still really hot. So I'm using my tongs. And it has this little basket in it that's catching all the juices. So even though I'm doing this, I'm not creating a huge mess for myself. Okay, so then I want to just turn it back on with my vegetables the way they are, and I'm putting them on that flat surface. And we're gonna let those grill up. And the nice thing is those grates are still hot from when we cooked the steaks on them. And I'm gonna put some of my peppers. This is a pretty dish too, because you get all these beautiful colors. And I'm gonna turn it back up to max on this because I really want to get it nice and hot and get some of those grills on it. Okay, and as I mentioned, I've got these small batch tortillas, and these are beautiful. I'm not a big flour tortilla person. These are a little bit of both, is my understanding of them. And this has avocado oil in it. But it is a fajita, so you can't really use a corn tortilla because structurally it'll fall apart. So you need a tortilla that will stand up to the vegetables and the meat, and these will do so. So what I've done is I've just got a nonstick skillet here, and I'm gonna get it hot. I've done these enough times. What I've learned is it's gotta be hot enough where it will puff up. So when the fat breaks down in the tortilla, it'll puff up and it'll create a really pretty taco. Pan's getting hot, I can feel it. So we're gonna kind of pop that in there. And you'll see what I mean when I say this pops up. It's kind of a fun process, really. So that's done. And what we do, we've got a piece of foil here. We're gonna start, putting them in there and wrapping them up in just a second. Let me put one more on. While it's doing this little thing, I'm gonna come over here and check on my vegetables. They look great. They're coming together nicely. Getting nice and grilled. Okay. Okay. As soon as it starts getting too hot, you just take your temperature down. I was on high. Now I'm down on medium high because you can see I'm starting to get those dark marks, but look how puffy it gets. It's fun to play with your food. That one's done. And these come to 12 to a pack. And like I said, you can order them, put them in your freezer, which is what I've done. We're gonna check our vegetables. They should be wrapping up. We're gonna cut our steak and we're gonna build the tortilla. You're gonna absolutely love these fajitas. So I'm pulling off the peppers. The onions need just a few more minutes, but that's okay. We'll give them a second while we cut our steak up. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna just take these steaks and we're gonna cut them as thin as we can get them. So you can see these are juicy. I cannot tell you how tender they are. They're so tender. I was really surprised. And we're gonna pull our onions off. They've really caramelized up. They look great. Okay, so we have it. We've got our tortillas, and we're gonna make a fajita. I'm gonna ask Russell to come over here and taste it. You love this new dish, right? You love it. I mean, fajitas is not new to us, but the convenience of making it on the Ninja, using the GrillGrates, using these great tortillas. It's an easy dish, right?
Yeah, it really is.
Let me make
This
you
is such
one.
a great new toy. I like it.
Yeah, he gave it a passing grade, so I'm gonna make him one. I got the tortilla, and because you like a little bit more rare. So I'm gonna give you some of the rare pieces. There, that's perfect. Some of the onion. He likes the onion.
I like the grilled bell peppers.
Though you do, you love them. And then some of my homemade guacamole. and a little bit of the pico for freshness, and a little squeeze of lime. You want to taste that and tell me what you think about it?
Okay.
Good? Did you love it?
It's just amazing how well it does.
Yeah.
This is a great dish. This just makes it convenient.
Super convenient, because remember, it was raining out and it was so convenient for us.
Yeah.
And you know, the XL is great if you're cooking for a family, but they do make a smaller version if you're just, you know, yourself. If you're in a place where you can't have a grill, but you still want grilled food, it does work. I give it a passing grade. It's great. And this recipe using LSR makes it super simple. So from our table to yours, please enjoy.